Hare Krishna, everyone, and welcome to this morning reading session. We thought because we are coming close to Nityananda Trayodashi, that will be there in 1 month, 1 week, or something like this, that we could focus our reading on Lord Nityananda. And yesterday I got some inspiration on how to do our reading also, how you say, connected to our Living in Braj sessions with meditations, with contemplation, and some thoughts that might help us to go a little bit deeper into the topic. So I hope you are ready, and let's hope that Lord Nityananda will bless us and that we will get a wonderful injection of devotional feeling today during this session. So I would like to start by sharing my screen and take you in Ekakshakragram. Oops, Dham or gram. So let me see. Okay. Sorry, I need to do it in a different way. So I don't know if some of you were visiting already. This is the birthplace of Lord Nityananda. And we will try now to visualize this picture and try to take it deeply into our consciousness. And then after that, we will make a small meditation in which we will offer our obeisances. So please watch carefully the picture and try in your consciousness to be there, to be present. You can make a screenshot of the picture in your mind. And when we will do the meditation, you will visualize this picture. And here also, this is a picture for visualization. This is actually Lord Nityananda in Ekat Chakra, Dhameshwar Shri Shri Nityananda Prabhu. So please also watch carefully his picture, his form, his beautiful form.
It's very merciful because he keeps actually both the hands like this, because Nityananda wants to give everything what he has. It keeps nothing, so he's constantly just giving. It's very merciful.
So now please close your eyes and take just 1 or 2 deep breaths. And you can bring back this picture that you have seen of Ekakshakradam. And before offering your obeisances, remember that you are an eternal spiritual soul, that you have nothing to do directly with this material body and this material mind. Remember that we are parts of Radha and Krishna, that we are same in quality. We have the same qualities of our dear Lord. And in this consciousness, now please offer obeisances. See yourself there in a chakragram as a spiritual soul, and bow down, lay down on the floor, and offer your obeisances. As you are offering your obeisances, visualize in your mind the beautiful picture of Lord Nityananda that you have just seen. Feel his presence and offer him your prayers. And now open your eyes again. And here we have Lord Nityananda with a very beautiful prayer. Nityanandam aham nomi sarvananda karamparam harinama pradam devam avadutam shiromani.
I bow down to the Supreme Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is the awarder of the highest joy to all, the bestower of the holy name, and the crest jewel of all Paramahansa mendicants.
It is actually a very easy verse to remember, and I thought actually every Saturday of our reading, I actually would like to do it now for every Saturday, and every Saturday to learn a new word, new verse, glorifying Lord Nityananda. And yeah, this is a verse that I started to memorize. That is it's actually very helpful when we do this exercise of memorization to absorb our consciousness, to bring our consciousness in a deeper level, and especially in the relationship with Lord Nityananda. And I would like to share with you, we just had the Sangha Mela recently, and I think today or before yesterday, I was in the room of my spiritual master, His Holiness Sachinandana Swami, and he was chanting in front of his deities. And then he told me something I knew already, but I never paid so much attention. He told me that to the degree I'm acting personally with the deity, to that degree the deity will manifest or reveal to me. And I was reflecting on that, on how much actually I'm interacting in a very personal way with the Lord, and according to that, I can expect that He will interact with me in a personal way. And Maharaj was saying this is so much at the essence of our entire philosophy on this very special relationship we have to the Lord, and how we interact with Him in a personal way and with feelings. So this was a little bit about the entry for today in Nityananda reading. And I would like also to share with you one point on Guru Tattva, because Lord Nityananda is very much representing, or is actually the manifestation of the Guru Tattva, or this truth of the spiritual master. And I would like to share with you, I'm reading at the moment from a book called Guru and His Grace from I forget his name now, Sridhar Maharaj, the god brother of Srila Prabhupada. And there he has actually a very nice explanation of how this Guru Tattva becomes manifest.
The very essence of the Guru Parampara, the disciplic succession, is Siksha, the spiritual teaching. And wherever it is to be traced, there is Guru. One who has the transcendental eye, the divine eye, will recognize the Guru wherever he appears. one who possesses knowledge of absolute divine love in purity is Guru. He further continues, wherever we can trace the living tendency for a higher type of devotional service, we shall find that there is our Guru.
So this is from Guru and His Grace. I found it very relevant and very nice to contemplate on that. Of course, we have maybe our spiritual master, maybe we are initiated, or the spiritual master we follow, but actually the essence of this Guru Tattva is actually Shiksha, or the spiritual teaching that is given to us, and it can actually appear through different gurus, not only with one spiritual master. So whenever this spiritual teaching is to be traced, then there we know that actually the Guru is, there is Guru. And whenever there is a trace of living tendency for higher type of devotional service, there also we shall find that there is our Guru, which gives like a very broad aspect. We have our spiritual master, but the principle of Guru Tattva, or this truth of the spiritual master, can actually appear through many different gurus in many different places. But how do we recognize? We recognize it when this is the spiritual teaching, or this tendency for a higher type of devotional service. There we know here is the spiritual master, here is Guru. So I would suggest that we start now with the reading, and I would like maybe to check with you who is comfortable with English, reading in English, that we can actually share a little bit the reading. I see Punamasi for sure, she's a wonderful reader. Yeah. Upu also will be good. Nikunja Biharini, wonderful. So we have actually many devotees who are comfortable into reading. And maybe we could start with Nikunja Biharini. I will have to, I think, change the file. Okay. So here. And here. I would suggest that we read one page, and then we can maybe have reflection or share what was maybe relevant to us, or if something was touching us into this reading. One thing I think it's very important when we do those reading is to be actually giving our full attention and try to see if some pictures are coming to our mind as we go through the reading. And also to pay attention to the feelings or emotions that are there present into the reading. And then we can share. We can read 1 or 2 pages, share, and continue like this. And at the end, we will have a little meditation where we will remember what we have read, and also some reflection on the pastimes that we will read today. So yeah, I think here it is good. Nikunja Biharini, would you like to start?
Yes. How much would I read?
Maybe you can read 1 page.
Okay. Nityananda Charitamrita Adhikanta, Chapter 1. The birth and childhood activities of Lord Nityananda. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the ocean of mercy. All glories to Lord Nityananda, the friend of the fallen souls. All glories to Sri Advaita Acharya, whose life and soul are Sri Gauranga and Sri Nityananda. All glories to Srivasa and the Gadadhara Prabhus. All glories to Sri Vishvambara, the beloved son of Jagannatha and Shachi. All glories to all the devotees and associates of the Lord. There is a village called Takachakra in Radhadesha, in West Bengal, where the Supreme Lord Nityananda appeared. From the day of his appearance, the whole Radhadesha became all auspicious. famine, poverty, and other distresses at once disappeared. A short distance from Ekachakra, the deity of Maureshvara is present. Lord Nityananda, who is non different from Lord Balarama, had worshipped this deity. In the village of Ekachakra lived Hadai Pandit. He was a qualified Brahmana, very detached and full of compassion. His wife's name was Padmavati, who was very chaste and an exalted devotee. She was the mother of the universe. Both Hadai Pandita and Padmavati Devi were very magnanimous. Lord Nityananda appeared in their family out of his own sweet will. On the auspicious 13th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magha, January-February, Lord Nityananda made his appearance. He was the eldest among the sons of Hadai Pandita. Seeing his all auspicious symptoms, everyone's eyes filled with joy. In time, Lord Nityananda began to grow. Due to the influence of his illusory energy, however, no one could recognize him. Lord Nityananda concealed his real identity and happily played with his boyhood friends. Whatever pastimes he enjoyed with his childhood friends were all related with the pastimes of Lord Krishna. He and his friends formed an assembly of demigods, and one of them acted as Mother Earth, praying to the rest of them. Then they led Mother Earth to the riverbank, where all the children began to offer prayers. One boy, hiding from the rest, loudly declared, "I will soon take birth in Mathura, Gokula." One night, the Lord and his friends enacted the marriage of Vasudeva and Devaki. Another night, while everyone was asleep, they made a jail cell enacting the birth of Lord Krishna. They made one place into Gokula. Taking baby Krishna there, he was exchanged with Mahamaya, tricking Kamsa. Another time, they dressed someone as Putana. Someone climbed on her chest to suck her breast. One day, Lord Nityananda and his friends made a shakata, or hand cart, out of reeds and then broke it. Another day, the Lord and his friends stole from the houses of the neighboring cowherd men. The boys never left Nityananda to go home, but sported with him day and night. The children's parents never complained. Rather, they affectionately embraced Nityananda. They said, "We've never seen such transcendental sports. How does this child know so many of Krishna's pastimes?" One day, the Lord made snakes out of leaves and took his friends to the water. One of them jumped into the water and did not move. Later, the Lord brought him back to consciousness. Another day, the Lord and his friends went to Talavana, where they killed Dhenukasura and then ate tala fruits. Lord Nityananda and his childhood friends went to the fields and enjoyed various pastimes, such as the killing of Bakasura, Akasura, and Vatsasura. In the afternoon, the Lord and his friends returned home, blowing buffalo horns.
Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. So just want to see if anyone has some reflection or some thoughts so far from the reading. Please feel free to just unmute yourself and share if something is there so far. I personally felt so happy just in the beginning of all glories to Nityananda, all glories to Chaitanya, all glories to all the associates. One feels so much happiness and bliss just to hear how Vrindavan Das Thakur is just glorifying all the associates of the Lord.
I appreciate, I mean, at the beginning you were saying like that no one, they thought he's like a normal child. No one knew, though he had, since the beginning, he has very auspicious signs. And also, I mean, if you think it was very small, and then they thought, how does he know all these pastimes? And also how, like, yeah, the children, day and night, they wanted to stay with him. And then, but the parents also, they didn't mind, and everyone, and they just keep embracing Lord Nityananda. But it seems, I guess, even Lord Nityananda himself, somehow or other, is like Krishna. He acted like a normal child, but yeah, it was not.
I also think when we listen to those now they are playing, and they are how you say, making some dramas of those pastimes of Krishna. And as we read it, we can imagine how one jumped on the chest of Putana and suck a breast. So you can imagine, small boy, maybe, I don't, it's not mentioned which age they had, but maybe around 4, 5, 6 years old, and they are enacting those pastimes. So as we hear them, we should try to allow pictures to come in our mind and visualize the beautiful Nityananda who is there with his friends, which most probably are his eternal associates, because when Krishna comes, he always comes with eternal associates. So they also most probably have some glimpse into those pastimes themselves. And now they are enacting that, how much bhava, how much feelings they must have in enacting all those pastimes. So if there is no one else, no other comment, we continue for the reading. And maybe we could ask Punamasi Mataji if you like to continue.
One day they enjoyed the pastime of lifting the Govardhan hill, and another day they created a Vrindavan where they enjoyed various sports. Once they enacted Krishna's pastimes of stealing the gopis' clothes, and another day enacted his meeting the wives of the Brahmanas. On one occasion, a boy dressed up with a false beard as Narada gave Kamsa some secret news. Another day, a boy dressed as a Kurura took Krishna and Balaram to Kamsa's capital. As Lord Nityananda cried in the mood of the gopis, it seems to his friends that a river was flowing from his eyes. By the influence of Lord Vishnu's illusory energy, no one could recognize Lord Nityananda as he enjoyed pastimes with his friends. The children arranged a city of Mathura and then wandered through its streets. Someone played the role of a gardener, while another accepted a flower garland from him. Someone dressed as Kubja, and sandalwood paste was accepted from her. They made a large bow, and all shouted in joy when it was broken. They also enacted the pastimes of killing Kuvalaya elephant and the wrestlers Chanura and Mushtika. Thereafter, the Lord chastised Kamsa by grabbing him by the hair and throwing him on the ground. After killing Kamsa, the Lord danced with his friends in such a way that everyone watching him began to laugh. In this way, Lord Nityananda and his friends imitated the pastimes of various incarnations. One day, Lord Nityananda dressed as Vamana and went to cheat Bali Maharaj out of his kingdom, which covered the 3 worlds. Someone playing an aged Shukracharya forbid Bali from giving the 3 steps requested by Lord Vamana. Accepting the gift, the Lord placed his last step on Bali's head. One day, Lord Nityananda enacted the pastime of building a bridge across the ocean with the boys playing the role of monkeys. They cut castor plants and made the bridge across the river. Then all the boys shouted, Jai Raghunath. Lord Nityananda, taking the role of Lakshman with the bow in his hand, went in anger to rebuke Sugriva. O king of the monkeys, my lord is in distress. Come quickly, or I'll kill you. How can you sit here enjoying with woman while Lord Ramachandra is lamenting on Malyavan mountain? Another day, Lord Nityananda spoke in anger to Parashuram. O Brahmana, I'm not at all fault. Leave here at once. Lord Nityananda was thus absorbed in the mood of Lakshman. The boys, unable to understand this, thought it was just a game. Another time, the boys took the role of 5 monkeys and the Lord took the role of Lakshman. Who are you, monkeys, wandering in the forest? I am the servant of Lord Ramachandra. Please tell me who you are. They replied, We are wandering in fear of Bali. Please take us to Lord Ramachandra. We wish to take the dust of his lotus feet. The Lord embraced them and led them to Lord Ramachandra, where they all fell at his feet. Once the Lord enacted the pastime of killing Indrajit, the son of Ravana. Another day, in the mood of Lakshman, he accepted defeat. They brought someone in the role of Vibhishan before Lord Ramachandra, and Lord Ram crowned him as the king of Lanka. One boy said, I am the mighty Ravana. Now I'll release the Shakti Shil weapon. Stop it if you can, Lakshman. Saying this, the boy threw a lotus flower at Lord Nityananda, who, in the mood of Lakshman, fell to the ground. After he fell unconscious, all the boys tried in vain to revive him. When they found no symptom of life in the body of Lord Nityananda, they all held their heads and cried. The Lord's father and mother came running there and saw their son without a sign of life. They too fell senseless to the ground. Everyone who saw this tragedy was struck with wonder. As the boys described the entire incident, someone said, I know why he is unconscious. Once, a great actor played the role of Dasharat. Hearing that Ram had left for the forest, he left his body. Someone else said, There's a boy dressed as Hanuman. If he gives him medicine, then he'll be cured. Before the play, the Lord had instructed his friends, When I fall unconscious, you all surround me and cry. After a while, send Hanuman for some medicine. I will revive when he puts the medicine to my nose. The Lord fell unconscious by his own sweet will, but this bewildered all the boys. Since everyone there was so confused, they forgot the Lord's instructions. They simply cried loudly, Oh, brother, please get up. Hearing people's comments, the boys remembered Lord Nityananda's order, and the boy dressed as Hanuman immediately went for the medicine.
Yeah, maybe just continue up to the end of the section.
Another boy, dressed as a renunciate, welcomed Hanuman with fruits and roots. He said to Hanuman, My dear sir, please stay and graze my ashram. It's a wonderful fortune to meet such a person as you. Hanuman replied, I must go and complete my important mission. I'd like to stay, but I cannot delay. You must have heard that Lakshman, younger brother of Lord Ramachandra, is unconscious from the Shakti Shila, weapon of Ravana. I'm on my way to Gandhamana hill to bring medicine. Only then he'll survive. The renunciate then said, "If you must go, first take a bath and have something to eat. Then you may go." The two boys repeated whatever Lord Nityananda had instructed them. Everyone gazed at them in astonishment as they listened to their dialogue. On the request of the renunciate, Hanuman went to take a bath in the lake, where another boy in the lake grabbed hold of his feet. The boy playing a crocodile tried to pull Hanuman into the river, but Hanuman pulled the boy to the shore. After a short fight, Hanuman defeated the crocodile. On returning to the renunciate's ashram, Hanuman saw a mighty warrior. A boy dressed as a Rakshasa tried to swallow Hanuman. He challenged, "You defeated the crocodile, but how will you defeat me? I will eat you. Then how will you revive Lakshman?" Hanuman replied, "You're Ravana's a dog. I think him most insignificant. Get out of my way." After first exchanging some harsh words, they began pulling each other's hair. Finally, they began striking each other with their fists. Swiftly defeating the demon, Hanuman went to the Gandhamana hill. There he fought with some boys dressed as Gandharvas. Defeating the Gandharvas, Hanuman took the Gandhamana hill on his head to Lanka. Another boy playing a doctor meditated on Lord Ram as he held the medicine to Lakshmana's nose. At that very moment, Lord Nityananda came to his senses. His parents and others all smiled in relief. Hadai Pandit embraced his son, and all the boys were overjoyed. Everyone asked, "Dear son, where have you learned all this plays?" Smiling, the Lord said, "These are all my pastimes."
Thank you. Thank you. I think we can make a little break here. Thank you. Very, very nice reading, Purnamasi Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, any reflection, any thoughts so far?
I like it.
Yes, Purnamasi.
I just was trying to notice how he went from Krishna Lila to Vamana, and then he came to Lord Ramachandra, and how he changed roles. Sometimes he played the one who he is, and sometimes he played Krishna. He was changing the roles. Also, Lord Nityananda himself. It's interesting. And this is amazing. He was so immersed in this lila that actually he fell unconscious.
Yeah,
He was not just playing. Yeah.
I had the same also, like also when they did Akrura, then they noticed, all the boys, they noticed that Lord Nityananda, he had rivers of tears coming from, it was like a gopi there, and he had rivers of tears coming from his eyes. So yeah, they were completely into the absorbed. But it seems he was the one that was telling them, now we will do this. This was instructing them, to the boys, and then they would have to do what Lord Nityananda was saying.
He was the stage manager of the pastimes. It's also very nice to see how, even though now Lakshman had fainted and he was without life, and it was quite something to be done, still they were acting that when Hanuman went to get the medicine, he was stopped by the saintly ascetic sage, and then by the crocodile attacked. And yeah, it's even though the situation was, maybe they could have thought, okay, let immediately the medicine come right now to save Lord Nityananda, but still they were playing the other part of the lila.
And how amazing, at that time all the parents were there looking all of this, because they came because there was like a tragedy, and now they they would see like all what is happening.
Anyone else?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I was just come to my memory, and when I was a child, when we played the games, it was also real for us. And we see here then Lord Nityananda with his followers, they play these leelas as they are actually there.
Mm-hmm.
It was real for them also. Again.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, last, in fact, it was, they throw a lot of flour on his chest, and then, like if it was like a arrow, and then he painted, like that was very nice.
But I don't know if you tried, but as we hear the pastime, to try to see images of how they must act in this way, it's actually very, very beautiful meditation. So maybe Divya Kishori, would you like to continue the reading?
Yes, Bruce.
Oops. Oh, actually, it's almost finished. Yeah.
In his early childhood, the Lord was most attractive. No one wanted him to leave his lap. Everyone had more affection for Lord Nityananda than for his own son, but none could recognize him by the influence of Lord Vishnu's illusory energy. In his childhood, Lord Nityananda had no other happiness than enjoying the pastimes of Lord Krishna. All his friends left their parents to constantly sport in the company of the Lord. I offer repeated obeisances at the feet of those boys who enjoyed the association of Lord Nityananda. From his childhood, Lord Nityananda had no interest other than enacting the various pastimes of Lord Krishna. Who can describe the pastimes of Lord Ananta? They are only manifest to one who has received his mercy. Accepting Sri Gauranga and Sri Nityanand Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their lotus feet.
So please close your eyes, and you can try to go again through the pastimes that we were reading. Anyone wants to share what came to him during the meditation? I remember how one of the boys put a false beard and and was Narada Muni and went to Kamsa to give him some wrong advice. Divya Kishori.
I remember Lord Nityananda lying down unconscious and somebody coming to bring some medicine.
Mm.
And
I,
or
I remember like when after they killed Kubalya Pid, and then Lord Nityananda was dancing like, and everyone was laughing the way that Lord Nityananda was dancing. That's it.
It came to my mind how Lord Nityananda, these are the last sentences, that he had no other happiness than enjoying the pastimes, and he had no interest in acting the various pastimes, and how Lord Nityananda is the representative of Guru. So it's same in the Guru Tattva. This is the purpose of enjoying and enjoying the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Actually, it's beautiful.
It's very deep.
Yeah.
Someone else like to share?
Yeah. I was seeing like village street, muddy street, and Nityananda and boys are playing, and all the parents are looking, and like Nityananda is shining very bright, but they cannot see him as a Lord.
Wonderful. I had I had actually some reflection on this pastime. I was reading it yesterday already one time, and I was thinking how beautiful it is actually to do those plays, and how powerful it is for those who study those plays and enact the pastimes of the Lord, and how powerful it is for the audience who see those pastimes enacted, and how one can actually, like a mystical door, enter into these pastimes as one is playing them. It happened even for non-devotees who play actors, and who sometimes just pick up so much the mood of the actors that their whole consciousness is transforming. So I was actually thinking how much those drama in Krishna consciousness are important, and are also conducive for transferring a very deep feelings of Krishna consciousness. And I was thinking maybe we should do more of those of those dramas, because it has really a very powerful effect into the consciousness. That was some thoughts that came to me. Anyone else? I have some more reflection on that, but that was one of them.
I was remembering first how in the water, the boys were in the water, and crocodile attacked Hanuman, and Hanuman took it to the shore. But then I, on the context, I was trying to remember Nityananda, and was thinking, how could he cry like gopis, really? How is it possible? And then, yes, I was thinking that Lila Shakti must have gone down to the earth also to organize everything, to keep everything justice in spiritual world. Really.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it was also mentioned once or twice that by the arrangement of Yoga Maya, or the Lila Shakti, that actually no one could recognize him. Even he was there as the Lord, no one could actually. And it's interesting, he even told, when they asked him, how do you know all those pastimes? He said, those are my pastimes. So even he's telling openly who he is, but still no one can actually catch it or grasp it or pay attention to it.
Yeah, I was also thinking it was very nice also that it seems when they were in pastimes of going, when Lord Krishna took birth to Mathura and like this, because it was in the night. So I thought that also they might not have told to the parents and they would just escape out just to make these pastimes. So I thought that's also, they were just into.
I had actually, what?
For me, it's interesting that it's so nice to hear this, and when we see that those like parents, the boys, nobody knows Nityananda or other Pastime Krishna is the God, but they are all so attracted naturally to them, and they ask themselves, "Oh, I'm so attracted to this boy. Why?" So they are seeing their attraction. Yes, something is on this boy, and just wondering. But still, they have him like one of their village boys, who is just special. Is so special. Everybody loves.
Yeah.
So picture of ordinary and extraordinary.
Extraordinary playing a role of being ordinary, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It gives a lot of rasa, this hiding. Yeah.
But I think for the Lord himself, because he wants also, I mean, one of the reasons also Lord Krishna, that Yogamaya act like this is because the Lord himself wants to enjoy also. So if he will know that he's the Lord, so it seems that sometimes he remember, like when he said, these are my pastime, but then he's also forgetting completely. So he's fooling into it, and then he can really like enjoy all the feelings and everything.
Yeah, this is very nice characteristic of the Lord, that he want to be one of his friends, not playing the role of God, and he's just considering himself also probably one of just boys from the moment, forget everything, and this is like his identity also.
Thank you. I had another reflection on it, that often we are actually into the drama of this world, and actually the real life is actually to be with Krishna and enjoy and play with Krishna and have relationship with Radha and Krishna. So this is actually the real life, and how much actually our roles that we are playing in this world are actually a drama. So it's often we feel we see the opposite. We think that this world is the real things, and sometimes we might be engaged in a Krishna Lila drama somewhere, but I was reflecting how actually this is the opposite. This is the drama of this material world, and our real life is actually to be in association with the Lord, and forever play and have a relationship with Him. Yeah.
By the way, connected with this, I mean, I was thinking also Lord Nityananda is very merciful. So like he was Avaduta Shiromani. So he was completely, had no identification with, he was sometimes naked and just dancing, because he was in his complete identity as blissful. So I thought also it's a nice prayer that we can have to Lord Nityananda actually to help us to become free of this identification with this material body and mind, because he was completely.
Another no, this is my okay. A last reflection that I would like to share, and maybe Purnamasi, you can help me, because you are also very often hearing from Hari Prasad Prabhu. But I think when he speaks about the rasa, how rasa are experienced, he often mentioned of watching a drama, and then we see the actors and we see their emotions, and then their emotions are transferred into our heart. And when we experience that, this is actually what we can call as Rasa, we experience the feelings of those who are actually acting the pastime. And I was thinking, by hearing those pastimes, so how Nityananda was enacting all those and trying to visualize them and see them, I could feel some trembling in the heart space. I could feel some emotions, or something was going on. And I thought actually how important it is that we hear from Krishna Lila and we see and try to actually imbibe the feelings that are happening in the pastimes of the Lord. And we once heard a lecture from Italy, Matsyavatara Prabhu, and he was telling that we should hear the pastimes of the Lord with empathy. Meaning that we should try to feel and not to bring anything from us into the pastime, but really to just listen and just be careful of what is happening and try to feel what is happening, what the actors or those who play the pastimes are actually feeling. And he was saying by doing that, you can keep the pastime pure. You don't bring any of your material contamination into the pastime. And I don't know, Purnamasi, do you like to add something? I'm not sure if I actually understood everything properly on Hari Parshat's, no? But that was, I think that was the principle that Hari Parshat was bringing.
This week to listen.
So I think if there is, I just check if someone else would like to add something, or if there are maybe some questions for today's session. Otherwise, we can wrap it. But I can see that almost everyone has a smile. I think it was enlivening sessions. And so let's see if someone of you like to still add something or if some questions.
Just shortly, you mentioned His Grace Hari Parshat Prabhu, and I just remember the last sentence: the one who doesn't get the mercy, he cannot get these feelings of exchange and enjoyment in Krishna Lila. And I have the feeling when somebody speaks who really, as you say, who really tries to imbibe the Lila and who envisions the Lila, then, and if he speaks the Lila, then those who are listening can feel this thing in their heart also. So it's like...
Thank you. Yeah, it's very, very deep, and it makes a lot of sense actually, because sometimes we can hear Krishna Lila, but we might not be touched so much into our hearts. But when the person who speaks can see those pastimes or meditate on those pastimes or have contemplated those pastimes, then the delivery is much more powerful, and the feeling that we receive is also much more efficient. Wonderful. Okay, so I think we will stop here for today. Thank you for your participation. If you like, I thought because it does not demand too much work to prepare those sessions, I thought we could continue to do it once a week for those of you who like, and we can go further into the pastimes of Lord Nityananda. And you might like to read some more of the pastimes yourself before we have our reading together, so that it goes even a little bit deeper. We can even get some different perspective on the pastimes that we will read. And you might like also to contemplate, to learn the verse we had today and learn it by heart and connect with Lord Nityananda by reciting this verse for his pleasure. I will post it in our WhatsApp group as well. And let's see, maybe next time we can share also more on Guru Tattva or something like this before the reading. I think we can keep more or less the same format we had today. I think it's quite good like this. So I thank you for your participation. May Lord Nityananda remain in our consciousness, in our memory, for at least for the next hour, or for the full day, or for the full week. And look forward for another session. Thank you for joining, and thank you for giving. It's actually only by the association that we share, because of those sharing, that actually it makes this session powerful and impactful into our hearts. So I thank you very much for participating, and Krishna willing, or Nityananda willing, we meet next Saturday for another Nectar reading. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you.
Jai.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Thank
Mataji.
you.